Okay, this activity we need to check. Remember, if you didn't print the activity, you're going to need to copy the sentences down so you can label the clauses, underline and label the clauses. That's what this activity is, and it's showing how a complex sentence, we want to be able to identify what's dependent and what's independent so we can recognize what makes a sentence complex. So in number 1, although the foster grandparent program is more than 30 years old, although is my signal word for a dependent clause. So this first half of the sentence is dependent. Many people do not know about it is independent. Number 2, this program was established. It's going to be our independent clause. And our dependent part is going to start with so that hospitalized and institutionalized children could get special attention. That's going to be dependent because our signal word is so that. Number 3, anyone can volunteer is going to be our independent clause. Who is our signal word for our dependent clause, and it's going to be who is at least 60 years old and meets other requirements is dependent. Number 4, after a volunteer is trained. After is a signal word for dependent clause. After a volunteer is trained is dependent. He or she is assigned 2 children is going to be independent. Because foster grandparents need to get to know their grandchildren. Because is a signal word for a dependent clause. This first half of the sentence is dependent. They visit the children each day is independent. Number 6, these daily visits last for 2 hours so that the children can get careful attention from their foster grandparents. Here, let's find the dependent clause signal word, so that. The second half of the sentence is our dependent clause. The first half of our sentence, these daily visits last for 2 hours, is independent. Number 7, although foster grandparents are volunteers, they are paid. Although is our signal word for our dependent clause. It goes to that comma. Although foster grandparents are volunteers is dependent. They are paid is independent. They also receive travel expenses while they serve. Let's look for our signal word. While is our signal word for our dependent clause. So while they serve is dependent. They also receive travel expenses is independent. Number 9. Since this government program was founded in 1965, since is our signal word for a dependent clause. There have been more foster grandparent projects in all 50 states is our independent clause. Number 10, because more than 16,000 volunteers have been involved. Because is my signal word for a dependent clause. More than 30,000 children have benefited is independent. All of these sentences are complex because they all have an independent clause and at least one dependent clause.